Belarus, a vast land rich in nature in Europe, stands out with its endless forests, pristine lakes, and unique culture. Join Discover Wonders to discover the beauty, people, and way of life in this fascinating country. Belarus, a vast and nature-rich land in Europe. Belarus, officially known as the Republic of Belarus, is one of the most elegant countries in Europe. Formerly part of the Soviet Union, it is located in the northern part of the continent, sharing land borders with Poland to the west, Lithuania and Latvia to the north, and Ukraine and Russia to the east and south. As a landlocked nation, Belarus is strategically positioned between Russia and Europe. While its landmass cannot compare to Russia's vast territory, Belarus is relatively large by European standards, covering 207,000 square kilometers, making it larger than many European countries. Despite its size, the population remains modest at around 10 million people, providing a balanced and comfortable living environment without overcrowding. The country lacks a coastline and features extensive plains and wetlands. In fact, approximately 40% of Belarus is covered by forests and lakes, making it a nature-centric country. People and culture. Belarus is home to a warm and hospitable society, where traditions and heritage are deeply respected. One of the most talked about aspects of Belarusian culture is the grace and charm of its women. Often admired for their natural beauty, they are known not just for their physical appearance, but also for their kindness and welcoming nature. Their fashion sense reflects both elegance and a strong appreciation for self-care, which contributes to their global reputation. Beyond aesthetics, Belarusian people, in general, are recognized for their friendliness and generosity. It's common for visitors to be invited into local homes where they can experience the warmth of Belarusian hospitality firsthand. The cultural emphasis on strong family values and community spirit makes interactions with Belarusians memorable and enriching. Traveling to Belarus. For adventure seekers and cultural explorers, Belarus is an underrated gem. The capital, Minsk, is well connected to various international cities, offering direct flights that make the journey convenient. One of the most appealing aspects of visiting Belarus is its flexible visa policy. Travelers can enjoy a stay of up to 30 days without requiring a visa, regardless of nationality. Additionally, those who plan to visit multiple times can stay up to 90 days annually without complications. However, there are essential regulations to be aware of. Visitors staying for more than 5 days must register their residence, a straightforward process that can usually be completed through hotels or local authorities. Another crucial requirement is health insurance, especially for non-Schengen travelers. The cost is relatively low, around €31 for a 1-month policy or €170 for an annual plan, ensuring that visitors have access to medical services if needed. Women in the workforce. Women play a critical role in Belarusian society, not only in terms of family life, but also in economic development. They represent the majority of the workforce, contributing significantly to industries such as education, healthcare, and technology. Belarus is also an agricultural powerhouse, particularly in dairy production. As the largest dairy producer in Europe, the country supplies a variety of high-quality dairy products that are integral to the national diet. This access to fresh, natural food has contributed to the longevity of Belarusians, with many living beyond 80 years. The country is also renowned for its potato production, ranking 7th globally. With over 300 potato-based dishes, it's no surprise that potatoes are a staple ingredient in Belarusian cuisine. Traditional recipes such as draniki potato pancakes and kolduni potato dumplings highlight the creative ways Belarusians incorporate this humble vegetable into their diet. Gender imbalance and migration. A significant demographic shift has shaped modern Belarus. Many men migrate to other European countries or Russia for better job opportunities. This has led to a gender imbalance, with over 5 million women compared to 4.5 million men. As a result, women tend to be more visible in public life, especially in urban centers like Minsk. For those considering moving to Belarus, this demographic trend is noticeable. Belarusian men are often perceived as reserved, maintaining a quieter social presence, while women tend to be more open and engaging. This cultural dynamic influences social interactions, making Belarus an interesting place for expatriates seeking to integrate into local communities. Another challenge facing the country is its declining birth rate, which poses potential long-term effects on national identity and economic stability. The government has implemented policies to encourage family growth, but the trend remains a concern for the nation's future. Food and cuisine. Belarusian cuisine is centered around hearty, simple meals that emphasize fresh ingredients. While traditional dishes remain popular, modern culinary influences have shaped local preferences. Surprisingly, pizza has become a favorite choice, readily available in cities and towns across the country. For meat lovers, Belarus offers a variety of options, though pork dominates the local diet. Over 80% of meat-based products contain pork, making it difficult for Muslim visitors to find suitable alternatives. Fish is another staple, often served raw, with sushi-style dishes being particularly popular. Those unfamiliar with this trend may find it surprising how deeply raw fish has become embedded in Belarusian culinary culture. When dining out, tipping is customary, with a standard rate of around 10% of the total bill. This practice ensures good service and is generally expected in restaurants and cafes. Alcohol culture. Belarusians have a reputation for their high tolerance for alcohol, comparable to that of the Irish. Vodka and beer are staples in social gatherings and everyday life, often consumed as casually as water. This drinking culture is deeply rooted in history, with vodka playing a central role in traditional celebrations and family events. Beyond alcohol, Belarus's cultural appeal extends to its unique architectural landscape. The country preserves many Soviet-era structures, offering visitors a glimpse into a past that is still reflected in modern cityscapes. While Minsk is known for its well-planned streets and grand buildings, smaller towns offer a more intimate view of Belarusian heritage, with wooden houses, Orthodox churches, and picturesque countryside scenery. Tourism is growing as more people recognize Belarus's rich history, warm hospitality, and vibrant traditions. Whether exploring bustling city streets or tranquil rural landscapes, travelers will find Belarus to be a captivating destination, full of stories waiting to be discovered. Historical background. Belarus has a long history of being contested by Russia and Poland, often caught in geopolitical struggles until the 20th century. Throughout history, its territory was divided among the Russian, Polish, and Austrian empires. During World War I, Belarus was under German occupation. However, Germany's defeat led to its withdrawal, and Poland subsequently annexed part of western Belarus. Later, Belarus became a Soviet republic with its present-day borders. Like other Soviet states, Belarus gained independence in 1991. Today, Belarusians maintain strong cultural ties with Russia, particularly in language and heritage. Over 80% of the population adheres to Orthodox Christianity, while the Catholic population is relatively small. Unlike Central Europe, where Catholicism is prevalent, Belarus is predominantly Orthodox. Additionally, the Belarusian and Russian languages are less widely spoken outside Russia. Ethnically, Belarusians have a distinct Slavic appearance, typically fair-skinned, blonde-haired, and tall. Living and working in Belarus. For those considering relocating to Belarus, the process requires thorough preparation and adherence to local regulations. Unlike short-term visitors who enjoy a visa-free stay, those seeking long-term residence must navigate bureaucratic procedures. Applications must be submitted to the appropriate embassies or consulates, with approvals taking time and varying depending on nationality and purpose of stay. Securing a residence permit is a crucial step in settling in Belarus. There are two primary pathways to obtaining one: marriage to a Belarusian citizen. This provides a straightforward route to residency, but legal procedures and documentation requirements must be met. Employment with a registered company. If an employer in Belarus sponsors a foreign worker, the process of acquiring a residence permit becomes significantly easier. However, the company must be officially registered and pay local taxes. While Belarus is not a major expatriate destination, those who successfully integrate into the workforce find opportunities in technology, education, and industrial sectors. However, business ownership and entrepreneurship come with additional legal hurdles, requiring local partnerships and government approvals. Safety and nightlife. Belarus is widely regarded as one of the safest countries in Europe. Crime rates are low, and violent crime is rare. Despite a culture of alcohol consumption, public behavior remains generally disciplined, with most people exhibiting self-control in social settings. The country's nightlife is an underrated attraction. Minsk, in particular, offers a lively and engaging scene with bars, nightclubs, and cultural performances that cater to diverse tastes. The city comes alive in the evening, with well-lit streets, active pedestrian zones, and locals enjoying the nightlife. For those looking to connect with Belarusians, learning some basic Belarusian or Russian can go a long way. While English is commonly spoken in Minsk, proficiency is lower in smaller towns. Knowing the local language helps build trust and fosters deeper friendships, making social integration easier. Climate and weather. Belarus has a continental climate, characterized by cold winters and mild summers. Winters can be particularly harsh, with temperatures in January often falling below 10 degrees Celsius, accompanied by heavy snowfall. Thick clothing, insulated boots, and layered outfits are essential for those unaccustomed to extreme cold. Summers are relatively warm, but rarely scorching, with temperatures ranging between 18 degrees and 25 degrees. This makes late spring and early autumn the best times to visit, as the weather is pleasant and natural landscapes are at their most beautiful. The golden hues of autumn and blooming flowers in spring make for picturesque views, ideal for travelers exploring Belarusian countryside. Economy and cost of living. The Belarusian ruble (BYN) is the official currency, and while the cost of living is lower than in Western Europe, wages are also relatively modest. Minimum wage, around $150 per month. Average salary, between $500 to $600 per month. For expatriates, housing costs are a major consideration. In Minsk, rent for a one-bedroom apartment starts at $400 per month, with an additional $50 for utilities. Due to an increasing influx of migrants from Russia and Ukraine, rental prices have been rising, making accommodation less affordable for some. Many apartments, particularly in older buildings, were constructed 20-30 years ago and often lack modern furnishings. Newer developments exist, but they are pricier and mainly cater to higher-income residents or expatriates. Laws and regulations. Belarus has strict laws that visitors and residents must follow. Several regulations differ significantly from those in other European countries. Pet ownership. Dog owners face restrictions, as dogs are not allowed in public parks. Cycling rules. Riding bicycles in public parks is prohibited. Alcohol and smoking restrictions. Drinking and smoking in public areas such as parks are strictly forbidden, with offenders facing fines. One of the most controversial aspects of Belarusian law is its continued use of the death penalty. It remains the only country in Europe that still enforces capital punishment. This has led to criticism from European nations and strained international relations. Cleanliness is a priority in Belarus, and authorities take littering very seriously. Civil police frequently monitor public areas, and foreigners found violating cleanliness laws may face fines or even deportation. As a result, Belarusian cities are among the cleanest in Europe, with well-maintained streets and public spaces. Social attitudes and hospitality. Belarus is a country with a relatively high standard of living and low rates of homelessness. Unlike in some European nations, it is rare to see native Belarusians begging in the streets. Instead, most beggars tend to be migrants who have recently arrived in the country. One of the most remarkable aspects of Belarusian society is its welcoming attitude toward foreigners. Regardless of nationality, visitors and expatriates are unlikely to experience discrimination. Many Belarusians embrace cultural exchange, and it is common for them to form close relationships with foreigners. Intercultural marriages are quite common, with many Belarusians choosing to marry foreigners and later move abroad with their spouses. Overall, Belarus offers a safe and structured environment, where traditional values blend with modern influences. While the country has its challenges, including economic struggles and migration trends, it remains a fascinating place to live, work, and explore for those willing to adapt to its unique culture. Belarus is a stunning country with breathtaking nature and friendly people. If you visit, you will undoubtedly experience genuine hospitality. Thank you for watching, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel. See you next time.